Normally, this is what Boston is all about.
A lot of the celebrities in Boston are sports people.
These celebrity insiders are used to covering just athletes, but due to a new filming incentive, movies are pouring into the state, and the columnists have a different cast of stars to write about.
It pretty much started, I would say, the influx of movies with The Departed.
The Departed is a movie based in Boston, but 75% of it was actually shot in New York because it was cheaper to film there. Massachusetts realized they were losing business and decided to give filmmakers a motive to keep them in the Bay State.
What the state is saying to the filmmakers is, if you come and spend your dollar here, we will give you a tax credit worth a quarter. And the rationale for that is that when they come and they spend their dollar, the things that they're buying, including the salaries, are pouring money back into the state treasury as well. It's a good deal for the filmmaker, but it's also a good deal for the taxpayers.
The tax incentive was passed, and producers took notice.
And all of a sudden, there was this flood of movies that came in.
And really, Columbia Pictures was the key to that, because they came here in the spring of 2007 with a movie called 21. And it was for Columbia Pictures, it was a small movie, relatively speaking, so they were willing to take a chance. And they had a wonderful experience with them. So much so that when they made their decision to do the Pink Panther 2, they decided to do it here in Massachusetts based on the experience they had on 21. The Pink Panther is really the first time that a studio took a movie that had absolutely nothing to do with Massachusetts and shot most of it here.
Prior to this, they basically come to Boston to shoot on the Charles River and get the Rowers or get Harvard Square or the Boston Common. But now they're shooting everything here because there are the incentives here, and the state is really a terrific place to work, and the acting pool is really deep.
Not only does filming in Massachusetts make more sense economically, but the vast forms of extracurricular activity within the city can provide quality entertainment for all those involved.
The tax incentive was really the deal closer. I think that there was a pent-up desire on the part of a lot of artists to want to come to Boston. In addition to having wonderful locations, a huge diversity of locations, a very deep crew base, an attractive tax incentive, is just a fun place to be.
They can go to the Celtics game, they can sit courtside, and nobody bothers them, you know, which is pretty cool.
So actors and actresses can have fun off the set in Boston, but the question remains, will they be able to build a career here?
Finally, SAG actors can make a living working in Boston. And we have seen, they've done their dues, over the years. They've paid their dues, and now they're really seeing the fruits of their labor.
Last year, I think it was November, I was on Edge of Darkness as an extra. I worked twice as an extra on that. And I definitely wouldn't have found that extra work without this tax incentive, because Edge of Darkness no way would have come here. I'd like to create a steady acting career here in Boston if I can. I'd go to New York or something like that for training if I needed to, but I'm finding classes and work and all sorts of stuff right here, right now in Boston.
Film production in Massachusetts today is light years ahead of where it was in 2005, and industry insiders believe the future appears to only be getting brighter.
We hope that one of these 3 studio soundstage proposals gets built, and if that happens, that will really cement the state's reputation.
We're anticipating a lot more projects coming in. So it gets very, very busy. At the moment it's not quite as crazy, but we're gearing up and getting ready.
The film and television industry in Massachusetts is never going to replace the film and television industry in California or in New York. Our ambition is to be the New England regional center for film, television, and digital media production.
But no matter how high Boston climbs towards the likes of Tinseltown, celebrity experts remind us that the Bean will forever be known as a city driven by sports.
You could write about Mel Gibson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bruce Willis. You write about Tom Brady, he's always the #1
Guaranteed.
story.
Guaranteed.